Hi.
Hi.
So we are from Group Tech.
Wow.
Okay, so before we start our discussion, let us introduce ourselves first. Awa?
Hi, my name is Nufara Fatihah binti An and my matric number is 175080.
Hi, I'm Rustuti binti Kamarul Zaman, matrix number 174711.
I'm Sheryl Nur Farhani binti Abdul Ghaffar, 174481.
I'm Iza binti Muhammad Fauzi, number 175071.
Hi, I'm Jati Shafa binti Firdaus. My metric number is 174780.
Hi, my name is TJ Ru, metric number 172345.
Hi, I'm Tan Cheng Jen and my metric number is 175079.
Okay, so today we're going to discuss about two cases that were given by our lecturer. For the first case, which is about 2 years old male dog with lumbar sacropate. So,
Cheryl, I think you forgot to tell that the topic of our discussion today. Okay, the topic for today is vertebral column, a radiogram on the vertebral column.
yeah.
So, you can continue with the first case.
So, okay, okay. Everyone has seen the radiograph, right? So, what do you guys think about the radiograph?
I think personally, we could not really see much on the lateral view, right? We only managed to see there's slightly loss of margin at the L7 and S1 area. And from what I see, I saw an extra elongated structure at the L7. So I think that it's an osteophyte.
What is osteophytes?
Jake, do you know what is
I was
osteophyte?
wanted to ask the same question.
Anyone knows what is
I think Sophie, no?
I think osteophytes is actually overgrowth of bone.
So it's like extra structure of bone, right?
Extra periphery of bone. At the periphery or at the corner also can.
Is it similar? Is it osteophyte similar to bone spur?
It's not actually similar, right? You know?
I think it's something like bone spur. It's
Yeah.
an extra growth, right? From let's say the maybe let's take the vertebrae as an example. It should be a box shape, and then there's an extra structure pointing out. So that is an osteophyte.
So in this case that we got the osteophyte that you observe is something like a bridge connecting the L7 and the S1, is it?
It's not really connecting, but I saw like an extra structure pointing out. So I'm not really sure.
Vertically, I think.
It's pointing caudally,
And
but I'm not really sure.
And have a prominent gap between L7 and S1 if you see in the radiograph.
So supposedly every vertebra should be the same gap.
Yeah.
Yes.
And beautiful box we can see in normal radiograph. But in this case, we can see slight between in video view. You can see like easternmost lesion can be seen in the radiograph. It's like irregular opacity
Within the bone.
within the within.
So what does the multi-lesion indicate?
Usually,
It's okay, Sophie, go on.
the most inclination usually associated with tumor or inflammation.
And also tumor and
Yeah.
neoplasia, right?
Usually neoplasia.
So just like Sophie said, I think for information, I think this case related to discus spondylitis. Don't you guys think so?
What do you think?
Because it has more definition, right?
Yeah, and for discal spondylitis, right, it mainly involves the vertebrae and also the intervertebral piece. Actually, it means, if not mistaken, it means infection at the
Space of this.
intervertebral disc and also the vertebrae, right, for discal spondylitis.
like this. So supposedly at the intervertebral disc there should be no presence of radio opacity.
Yes.
So in this case there is presence of radio opacity. That's why we suspect it to be disclosed spondylitis.
And do you guys think that the L7 bones is actually enlarged? Because as you can see in the radiograph, you can see that there's a narrow intervertebral gap within L6 and L7. Do you guys think it's enlarged?
I think it's just being compressed by something.
I think the gap is narrowed because of the inflammation of the disc.
And I think also the more frequent lesion actually make the L7 and S1 lost its margin, so we can't really appreciate the normal structure and margin of the vertebrae. So I could not really tell if it's enlarged or not.
But then how can we actually rule out tumor from this case? How can we differentiate whether it is actually spondylitis or bone tumor?
I think you have anything to say about this?
I think if it's tumor, then you can see that it's obvious that the lesion will like spread to the surrounding, right?
It means that you can see the margins clearly.
Not really. It should be because as you mentioned just now, the lesion that can be probably caused by either inflammation or tumor, right? It's not. So if it's tumor, then what we can see is it's not just one part of it. It should be like the whole thing will have the similar lesion. You guys get what I mean?
Yes.
It's like proliferating.
Yeah.
It's not limited to that area, is it?
Yeah.
It's proliferating.
And that's how we rule out tumor.
And then usually tumor, the radio-opaque structure is actually more increased, because in this case it's like shaky, it's like grayish in color, not like slightly greenish.
It's osteolytic changes. It's more to
More to
osteolytic.
osteolytic changes.
So, other than viscous spondylitis, do you think that it is caused by other diseases?
I think we can also include like osteomyelitis. Shafia?
Osteomyelitis.
What would you say it's osteomyelitis?
Because of inflammation of osteocytes, the bones. So we can say that it's because of osteomyelitis. If it does not affect the disc. But this one, just now, we said it affects the disc because the lesions also we can see inside, not like inside near the disc, right?
The intervertebral disc and the intervertebral gap is actually the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So do you guys think that advanced imaging technique like CT or MRI is necessary in this case?
I think it's not necessary because we can see the lesion like clearly in the radiograph. So I think there's no need to do MRI or CT scan.
Besides that, it will be too costly.
Okay, so are we okay with this case?
Okay.
Let's move on.
Can I ask one more question about this case number 7? Because we have two views, like one is lateral, which we can't normally differentiate whether it's left or right, lateral, right? So, and then about another view is VD view, right? From that radiogram, how do you differentiate whether it's VD or PV? I'm just curious.
Normally we can't really differentiate.
Supposedly there should be a label there. But if the radiograph is taken from the diaphragm, then we can actually differentiate VD or DV because based on the lobe of the diaphragm shape.
So in this case, how do we know that it's a VD view?
I think it's because of the prominent view of the backbone.
We can't really see the spinous process, right? From the DV view, we can actually see the projection of the spinous process.
And I think that normally standard view should be VD, right?
Yeah.
It's better at VD normally.
You can proceed to the next.
Sherry, can you
So for case 8, we got Charles, 8 years old Rottweiler, which has progressive ataxia at the hindlimbs, which over last 8 weeks. So Izzah, would you like to describe a little bit about this case?
Okay, so for this case, we also took radiograph for lateral view and also VD view. And in lateral view, we can see there's an increased opacity at the L4. You can see a very prominent opacity there.
Just in L4.
Just in L4. It does not spread to other vertebrae.
Isa, may I ask, how do you know it's in lumbar form?
Because we see you have cervical, thoracic, and then lumbar. The thoracic part, we know that there's thoracic vertebrae because it was connected to the rib. If it was not, then it's lumbar 1. We count from there and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's how we know.
So other than the increased opacity structure in L4, is there any other findings? Abnormal findings? No, right? Just that particular. So does anyone have anything to say about the structure?
Might it be tumor in this case?
It might be tumor because, like I said just now, if there is tumor, we can see clearly the shape, the margin of the lesion, and
the transitional zone.
the transitional zone is very clear, and also the opacity is very increased.
Why does tumor causes the opacity to increase?
Yes.
Why does tumor causes the opacity to increase?
Because tumor is a soft tissue structure, so when it is superimposed to the bone, it will become very dense.
I see.
Is it possible that the tumor is originated from the bone itself?
Bone tumor.
Yeah. Is it possible?
I think in this case it's bone tumor because we can see it metastasized from other area to the bone. I mean, the opacity is only focused on that vertebrae. You can see it coming from organ or
So that means it is not metastasized from other organ.
it's not really bone.
I think it can also be metastasized from other organs, because based on what I read, mostly the bone tumor, the primary bone tumor can come from the bone, and the secondary bone tumor is usually metastasized from the lung or from the prostate. In the case of male, this one is male, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But as you can see in the radiograph finding, personally I can see that there's no radio opacity in other organ and other lesion in other organs. So I can say that it is not a metastasized tumor. So it's only a bone tumor because of the lesion in the L4.
But then the radiograph will only focus on that part only, not other.
Yeah, maybe.
Just now you mentioned about the differences between the bone tumor and metastatic bone tumor, right? When we look at the radiograph, how do you differentiate between the bone tumor and metastatic? Because I don't know how to differentiate.
Actually, I'm not really sure, because based on the radiograph that we look for the second case, the lesion is not like localized in the bone, and you can see that the lesion is extended around like outside of the bone. So that's why I say that it's not a bone tumor.
I think I didn't look enough.
You can see like extra radio effect structure ventral to the L4, and you see it at lateral. It's not just within the box outside. There's still some radio effect structure outside.
And then if you can see clearly on the bone, the spinal cord region, the spinal space there, become narrow at the lumbar form compared to other lumbar. So we can say that the tumor actually is compressed the lumbar vertebra until it compressed the spinal cord. That's why Charles has ataxia. Because it affects the spinal
Because
cord.
the spinal
Not the
compression.
So, so the compression will lead to the ataxia, not because of the bone tumor itself.
So, but how the hind limb become ataxia?
That's why the spinal cord and the vertebra actually connect to the limbs.
Yeah, maybe the area that it is compressed actually it's supplying to maybe the hind limbs. So when it's compressed, the function is compromised. So there's ataxia at the hind limbs.
Now, what causes the compression to the spinal cord? Is it the tumor that causes the compression?
Because the tumor is because of coloration, so it will.
Because I heard that you said that it's the compression that causes
Because of the tumor at that area that it compressed the spinal cord, and then it allows it causes it to have ataxia.
Wait, spinal cord compress or nerves, right? Okay. Love you. Okay, so you guys rule out as a tumor.
To know further if it really affects the spinal cord, you can actually do further tests. So, Shafra, do you have any suggestion?
Or we can use myography technique to see the spinal cord.
So how do you do myography, Shatia?
What did you use the myograph for?
Oh, we use contrast medium. And then you can see in the graph, you can see prominent,
Structure of the spinal cord.
yeah.
And then the area of compression.
You can see also, right?
So Isa, do you know that in this case, what are the indications that myography is carried out?
Myography, yeah. I think when it is related to the spinal cord, I want to know the degree of the spinal compression. Then we do the myography because we insert the contrast to the spinal cord. It's spinal cord.
So in normal radiograph, we can't really appreciate the spinal cord, right? So that's why you have to do myography.
You guys okay if I conclude? So basically we were given two cases, which is case number 7 and also number 8. Case number 7 is about a 2-year-old mongrel, which is not that old, which based on the radiograph we think that it's discal spondylitis, because based on the lesion at the vertebral and also the intervertebral disc. And for case number 8, we got a dog which is Rottweiler, which is 8 years old, which is quite old, and we think that it might be tumor. Besides, one thing is because of the age, and also the ectasia has been happening for 8 weeks. So it might be also due to the tumor, which causes the compression on the spinal cord, and eventually leads to the problem of ectasia, which is the loss of control of the limbs, hind limbs. So basically that's all.
Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.